Craig, you've been in this cloud computing arena for a long time. What have you seen are the most common cloud concerns?
The concerns differ according to what type of customer or user you are. When I break this down for a company that's doing silicon design and thinking about the compute requirements that they have, they typically ask questions like these. The primary concern is almost always beginning with security. Is it secure? What happens to my data? How much is this going to cost? It's not just about the benefit of having this huge compute pool, but it always boils down to what the CFO is willing to allocate. Many times, what happens is the companies have these big investments in their own data centers and their own server farms, often like private clouds themselves. And they need to answer the strategic question is what will happen to this compute if I try to use the cloud? A practical consideration emerges when they think about how to deploy it. Many companies have very experienced IT groups that are building and managing their on-prem server farms, but that doesn't necessarily translate to the same skill set that's needed to handle the cloud. So a company has to thoughtfully think about whether the IT group can handle it. With anything, when you move to a new type of solution, if you're going to give up your server farm infrastructure, you want to be very careful, and many customers ask what will happen. Will they get locked into one cloud vendor and then be forever beholden to what that vendor wants to provide or charge them? Another big consideration is to understand what software might be available. If something that you use today on-prem doesn't work in the cloud, that can be a big problem. And finally, from a Cadence perspective, we always talk to customers and they're almost always interested in understanding, is someone already doing this? No one typically wants to be the first. So there's a lot of concerns, and it's not a simple task about just making a phone call and switching to the cloud. It really has to be part of a strategy.